So how about this? Google employees arrested while occupying CEO's office with anti-Israel demands. And I am not at all surprised by this because this is the kind of culture that they cultivated within their own company. Do you remember James Damore, the engineer who was fired by Google because, well, he had some wrongthink? Here, Google fires author of divisive memo on gender differences. Yes, he was fired after writing a memo blasting politically correct monoculture. Here's what Google executives had to say to their employees after Donald Trump won in 2016. Spoiler alert, they didn't like it.
I find the selection deeply offensive, and I know many of you do too.
It did feel like a ton of bricks dropped on my chest. What we all need right now is a hug.
Can I move to Canada?
Is there anything positive you see from this election result?
Boy, that's a really tough one right now.
So it shouldn't really be a surprise that they have far-left activists working in their company. But fortunately for them, unlike, a mom-and-pop store that's being looted and burnt down during a riot, they can actually get the police to do something about it. So let's see, Google employees who occupied the California office of Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian for more than 8 hours to demand the company stop doing business with Israel were arrested late Tuesday. And let's take a look at how it went down.
Yeah, I'm going well. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
Spoke a little bit ago. Wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
to cooperate. We've been placed on admin leave.
Yeah.
And, we'd like to see if we can do this voluntarily, so it's been a while. So can you do that for us and, move forward in that space, and then you can contact HR and go from there?
Could you get in contact with TK about this?
No, I can't talk about that. I'm just here
Yeah.
what I spoke about earlier, because if not, we'll have to call law enforcement and go in that space and,
Understood.
get trespassed and all that.
Yeah, we understand.
Okay, just trying again. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys gotta leave. You guys refusing to leave? Is that
Yes.
what I'm saying? Okay. You first stand up.
So Google, that's not very woke. And you know who didn't occupy any offices? James Damore. He just wrote a memo. Maybe they've been firing the wrong people all along. Let's see, the protests were announced in internal emails to employees that shared a list of demands, including that Google drop its $1.2 billion contract with Israel for Project Nimbus, a cloud computing project of the Israeli government. Demands also include that Google cease all business with the Israeli apartheid government and military to stop the harassment, intimidation, bullying, and silencing of Palestinian and Muslim employees. So, yeah, Google is not going to drop some giant $1.2 billion contract because far-left activist employees asked them to. Not going to happen. But it seems like these activists are kind of fanatical, so even if there wasn't this $1.2 billion contract with Israel, they'd probably be demanding that they, cancel Gmail for Jewish bakeries or something. So you got this harassment, intimidation, bullying, and silencing. Sounds like Google is a terrible place. I mean, you can't even occupy somebody's office and start making demands for the purpose of your own personal political goals. And as for this health and safety crisis among workers, I don't know. Google campus looks pretty safe to me. They got volleyball courts. They got bikes everybody can use to ride around because the place is actually huge. I don't find this very intimidating. Let's see, they have 2 organic gardens on site that grow veggies and herbs for the restaurants. I guess those must be genocide tomatoes. I don't know, this is all looking kind of nice. They even have charging stations for their electric cars. Don't mention who's in the cobalt mines to make those, though. They got nap pods. You'd think that would help with the stress a little bit. There's a gym. That might help, too. Massage rooms. See, free gourmet meals 3 times a day. You'd think that would help. But aside from all that, I'm sure it must be a horrible work environment with a terrible health and safety crisis. And I hate to defend Google here. I'm the last person to defend Google. But they don't owe anything to their employees than what they've already agreed to when they hired them. I would just say don't be a woke company and you won't encourage a woke culture at your company. And you won't have to deal with communists who think that they get to decide what the company does. And they get to choose what their work is, just because maybe they want to spend their entire workday making woke emojis. That doesn't mean that anybody has a responsibility to pay them for that. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.